Buenas tardes, people, and welcome to the fourth class in the first Spanish Every Other Day course, the alphabet. Today's letter is the letter E, as in smile when you say E. Why do I say that? I'll tell you in a bit. But first, we always start with information about the letter. It's the third vowel in Spanish, and it's used in lots of diphthongs. In other words, two vowels that make one sound, including what I call the dreaded EO diphthong, which we will get to in the second Spanish Every Other Day course, entitled Crunch Your Difths and Trifths. Say that 3 times fast if you can. In other words, I'm going to try to train you out of saying Dios and just say Dios, as Spanish people say. But that's for another class. But E is a very common letter, not quite as common as A, but it is very common. There are basically 2 challenges to this letter. One of them is keeping the sound as a long English E sound. Now that can be hard to do, which is why I say smile when you say E. Just like with A in long words, if we start out with an E at the beginning and have to go to 3 or 4 of them, through 3 or 4 of them, by the time we get to that last E, it becomes I, as in English. And that's what we want to avoid. So the other challenge is our false friendly words get in the way. What do I mean by that? Words like, now, the first word, we look at imposible and we say impossible when it's imposible, or intimidante, intimidante, or incidente, or inclusión. We want to say I because all of those words look like English words to us. And that's what we don't want. Yes, we see a word like incidente. We want to say incidente because our English just wants to take over. We can't let that happen. We can't let it we can't say incidente. And we can say it, but we're trying not to say it. We're trying to get rid of as much of a learner accent as possible. Now, the exercise is this. I want you to look up 5 Spanish words that begin with the letter E. Now, here's a good dictionary to have. The other one I can think of is the University of Chicago one, but something this thick, not a small one, but a good sized one. Now, these words, please let them be more than 4 syllables, all right? Something like infinitivo, or informativo, or indefinidamente. Lots of E's to make sure that they all sound like E. Then I'd like you to record those 5 words. And I'd like you to find your friendly, helpfully critical native Spanish speaker and have them record, or him or her record, those same 5 words. Do some comparing and then ask your friend to critique you. Now, let's do the alphabet exercise, but this time we're going to do it with music. What? Yes, let's try it with an instrumental musical background. Now, you've done the you've done the alphabet enough times that you should know it by now. Your speed is probably better now. Now, let's try some different ones here. How about salsa? How about that? And that puts you right into a nice Latin mood for your Spanish. If you can find a flamenco, which would be slower, then you'd put yourself in a European Spanish mood. That would be good too. What about a little jazz? Nice and slow. E, A, E, E, B, E, E, C, E, Che, E, D, E, E. About that. Or a little faster. A, E, B, E. Now, at this point, you can up the tempo. E, J, E, E, K, E, L, E, E, L, E, E, M, E, E, L, E, N, E. How about that? You can go classical music. But you can also slow that one down. A, E, B, E, C, G. Or you can go straight march. E, A, E, B, E, C, E, G, E, D, E, 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 F, E, E, K, E, H, E, E, J, E. But I'm going to do it with the pomp and circumstance march. And that means the graduation march because all of you guys are going to graduate from my class. All right, so please stand up. And here we go. All right. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Okay, so we're just going to start and just march, move your body, okay? E, A, E, E, B, E, C, E, Che, E, D, E, F, sorry, E, F, K, H, J, K, L, F, M, N, O, P, R, R, S, T, B, W, X, Y, Z. Now you can do it double time too. E, A, E, E, B, E, E, C, E, E, J, E, E, D, E, 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 F, E. I got this day, didn't I? But you get the other. So, what's your homework? You know what to do. I'd like you to do the alphabet, choose your music, or you can do a different kind of music each time. But I'd like you to just keep working at it. The more you work at it, the more you'll progress. I'm guessing and I'm really, really hoping that you're starting to hear a difference, a teeny weeny difference in the way you used to say the alphabet and in the way you're saying it now. I'd like you to record your first session of the day and the last session of the day. And I'd like you to get a Spanish speaker to listen to you and have them compare the two and see what they say. Please get yourself a Spanish dictionary also, either online or in print. Turn to the page that has the words that begin with E and just start reciting 20 words. I did it myself, and it's good so that you start working on starting your E words with E instead of I. You're not saying either, idéntico, igual, iguana. You're saying either, idéntico, igual, iguana, and make sure that first E is an E. I'd also like you to record yourself using the dictionary saying 20 words straight down. I'd like you to say them slowly, and I'd like to make sure that you say them smiling all the way. So E, 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 all the way through. All right? All right. Next letter, O, not O. And we'll talk about that on Tuesday. So, hasta martes.